Hello everybody, welcome back to Mitsumaru City. I'm going to build a massive tower today for Diamond Insurance. So let's get started. The first thing I want to do is have this base, and I'm going to use glass this time for the entire outside of the building, which I think is a crazy idea. And it's beautiful. I go around the whole building using sticks and the ridge template to build this frame, which looks like a basketball court. But it's not going to be a basketball court, I promise. It's going to be an office building. If you're liking my videos for Mitsumaru City or anything I do, subscribe to my channel and maybe you can support me on Ko-fi. I'm trying to build things up, make this a career. This is how I'm going to put the sticks on the glass. I basically put the stick template in, turn it into an entity, and then position it. Once I'm happy with the layout of that stick, I copy it many times and paste it all the way up the building, just like this. Many times. Once that's finished, I go to the sides and put the ridges in. These ridge templates are basically going to strengthen the structure just a little bit because it's made of glass. Most skyscrapers seem to be made of glass, don't they? And I want to make sure that this one is equally safe. So I'm putting the ridge at the floor like that, going in with my offhand, basically putting in another one of those blocks, shifting it to the exact same coordinates as before, and then bringing it up. Once I've got those two, I can copy that and paste it just like that. I go around the entire basketball court area and copy and paste. Then I head to Axiom once I'm happy with the layout, paste in the box of glass, make sure it's aligned correctly, and then paste it in. Now I've got sort of like a foundation for this wonderful office structure. I check the sides as well, make sure it's proper, and then I paste the whole block again, change the flooring to this checkered flooring, move it out the way a bit so I've got a bit more space to play with, and then I can start editing the sides again, making sure that all of the sticks are in place properly. Once I'm happy with it, I paste it again, and again, and again, the whole thing. So it's like 10 of these. It's absolutely massive. Here you can see me in Axiom Mod, making sure I can copy all of this glass frame thing. Copy it, paste it in. It looks a mess, obviously. I've got to move it across a little bit, and then a side cross like that with the red line. Paste it in once I'm happy, and I've got this absolutely massive tower. I was thinking about reducing the height of it, but then I thought no. Then I paste it into the space that is next to the Mitsumaru Bank. I thought that's great, easy, but it's not. There's a couple of problems. I put in the doors here at the side, and I also put this wonderful hat thing on, the nice little cover, and make sure it's got a few wall parts as well to support that. Then I go around to the other side and add the door. Again, easy, but I've noticed it's very close to that soot pipe, and it's ruined the building. Look, it's got all those missing pole parts. So I go around and fix that, which took me about 40 minutes just to fix that little bit. It did take me a long time. Now here, I'm going to build the words Diamond Insurance. I found a website by a Gamer Geeks, and it can help you basically make a simple layout of alphabets using blocks. It's a very standard and easy way to do it, and it looks really good. Once I've done that, I'll go back to the building and put the pipes in. Copy and paste all of those pipes all the way to the top, and now I can start working on the inside a little bit. I'm using this quartz flooring with a sort of black line on it, and then I can work on the stairs template, which I'm just going to have as one of these spiral staircases because it's low profile, isn't it? A spiral staircase only takes 3 by 3 blocks, not millions for a standard staircase. Then I copy and paste the whole floor. Once I've got 4 of them, which should be rotated as well, the staircase is not in the same place, I'll copy the whole thing and then paste that. It does look good, so go in with Axiom Mod again, copy it, and paste it. Now I've got a load of floors instantly done, and I don't have to mess around with it for too long. At the top of the building, I put in this white concrete. I think it's worn concrete, but I don't like the look of it. It's quite a stylish building, so I change it to quartz. I built a little utility box just around the staircase so that rain doesn't get into the building, otherwise it's a complete mess. I add a simple door and a light, and then I go around adding a lightning conductor, and then I put various different things in, including a soot pipe on this side of the building, which is going to help with the air conditioning. At least I think it is. Then I put in 3 of these things. They don't really do anything, but they look cool. I also add some pipes, which are going to ventilate the whole building, and air conditioning units, and a few boxes. Then I head to my standard trusty thing of putting furnaces with rail tracks on to look like really big air conditioning units. This one's even bigger. I'm going to put some pipes on it as well. That way the building stays cool in the summer and nice and warm in the winter. Here, I've messed up the camera a little bit, but I put on the smoke, the coffee steam from Cocricot Mod, and then I add the air conditioning units all the way down to the bottom of the building. And then I think, it's going to be a bit hot in there, so let's have 2 of those. So I put 2 air conditioning units for each floor, because it's a rather large building. Back at the top, I add some smoke blocks. I put in some electrical boxes, which are available on Yuushya Mod. And then I finish the design by adding a couple of transformers. So that's basically the outside of the building complete, pretty much. It did take me a long time. Inside the building, I want to add a bit more support. There needs to be some steel structures going throughout the building to support it so it doesn't crush itself through its weight, doesn't it? Is that right? So basically I'm just using metal and medieval poles, and now it's time to grab the Diamond Insurance logo. Copy it with Axiom Mod, put it at the top, and then for the lighting, I struggled for a while. It doesn't look quite right like this. It's a bit dark. So I decided on putting an empty entity block above all of the letters and just changing the brightness on it like this. And then I've got a nice sign that says Diamond Insurance that you can see at night. Inside on the second floor, I put in a toilet, a unisex bathroom, very simple. And this is going to be a recreation facility, an area where people can rest. The office workers are going to rest here. For the rest of the building, I'm actually going to do it rather quickly, because it's very difficult to build and put too much stuff in each room, and I feel that an insurance company's got more money to have less workers, if that makes sense. Put in a little coffee machine here, coffee machines, a microwave, and a little blender as well for the staff. I think that's excellent. Down on the reception floor, I built this little U-shaped thing with the computers on it. I built a massive aquarium in the middle because insurance companies can probably afford this. Looks great. Yeah, a really big aquarium is fantastic. I put in 2 computers either side, rotate them a little bit. Cases, the computer case, it's not a computer unit. And then I put in a few trapdoors and pressure plates. I think it's pressure plates there. Put in more gaming chairs and do the same. So there's sort of 2 receptions for this facility. Looks good. Here I built this square sort of shape, which is a corner office unit, I guess you could say. It's another reception worker, I guess. And then I stick in a computer and a case, just like all the others. And then at the side, I put in some safes. Looks really good like that. I'm happy with the safes. A little teeny tiny cola and a couple of chests, I guess. These are from the Cocricot Mod. And if you want to get this schematic from me, you need the Cocricot Mod and the Yuushya Mod and the Axiom Mod to paste it. Now in the office spaces, I go round and I put in the fire extinguisher, a radiator, and then simple fluorescent lights on every single floor. That way I don't have to do it one by one. I've done it, so I can just put in the offices now. I like that corner unit at the reception, so the basic idea for the rest of the office is to paste that in. Here is a conference room, so it's just going to have gaming chairs and some telephones on it as well, simple. A really big TV so they can conference with the rest of the city and the world, and then one more telephone over there because I got a bit of space, didn't know what to do with it. So that looks really good for the conference room. I head upstairs and I just paste in the computer unit that I've got. Again, you can see it here. I've got this sort of dead space with nothing in it. I'm just checking the building. I'm also adding these little columns for each staircase, so you can identify where the staircase is as you go up the building. Simple, really. Looks good like this. Happy with it, going all the way up the building, making sure that all the details are the same. Symmetry is very important in these office spaces. We can't have a mess, can we? Now I go back down to maybe the 5th floor. There's so many floors. You can see how I'm just pasting in the unit as well. I've got the toilet already made, so this is again another recreation space. I put in a bunch of chairs, again from the Yuushya Mod. Simple plants, making it look beautiful on this floor, not too detailed as well, that's the key. Again, I go up and I paste those computer units, put in a few carpets, but not too many details. This is just for insurance workers. People who work in this building have got a bit more money, I guess. So here, look, this is going to be another conference facility, very simply made with a giant TV, couple of gaming chairs here and there, and telephones. Very simple and easy to do. I go up to the final few floors and paste in those corner units. Okay, so we're coming up to the top of the building. I don't want to change the design too much. I don't want to put too many crazy things in. I think the computers are enough. That's pretty much what the insurance people would do. And that's the final floor before you reach the roof. It looks absolutely brilliant. The sign is good. I've decided to do something a little bit different in Mitsumaru City today. It just says Diamond Insurance. But this is an absolutely huge building. It's the biggest building I've ever made, and it looks great. So here I am, and let's go take a tour of the Diamond Insurance building. I don't know if I can walk the whole thing. I'm not going to do that because it's fairly boring when you get halfway through, but I can show you the entrance is at the side because there's no space at the front. The reception hall looks phenomenal with a giant television. Oh, I've got to turn that into an entity so I can go through it. Yeah, this is the other side near the canal. Pretty cool. I'll shut the doors on my way in, just like this. Then I can have a look at the rest of the building. Precariously climb the stairs. There's no handrail on this one. I could have put some windows or glass around it, but I just needed the space. Here's the little bathroom. Pretty cool. No problems there. Simple recreation space. Little coffee machine room. Plenty of things for people to do. I kind of can't want to sit on these chairs. There we go. You can see me relaxing on those chairs, and it does look really good. I'm happy with this build. If you've liked it, send me a comment, subscribe to my channel, buy the schematic off me on Coffee if you want to. I think it's $5, this one, because it did take a long time. Yeah, so here's one of the office spaces. They all look very similar to this. It's a giant TV and a monitor. I don't want to go too crazy with it. Another floor of exactly the same interesting design. Whoops, I fell down there. Look, oh no. That radiator's getting in the way, you see. You've got to turn a few of them into entities. That's why a first-person tour does sometimes come in handy. Then I'm going to go up one more flight of stairs. I think it's exactly the same. But doesn't the city look fantastic from these windows? Really happy. Oh, this is the conference room. Cool. Which is actually the same height as the Mitsumaru Bank. I thought that was a really big building, but this one is even bigger. Obviously, the city needs skyscrapers, doesn't it? I think we've seen enough of that, so I'm going to go into Axiom Mod. Just go upstairs to another rec facility. Look, this is one more recreation room, and then the rest of the building is simply the computers, isn't it really? Just the office spaces. You can see that I've got that in my clipboard in the top right-hand corner as well. That's if I want to have more computers in there. I didn't want to cram it with too many computers, just a few, that's enough. This is the top floor. It's a really fantastic view of the city. It looks so tiny from up here. My gosh, so let's go up here, look. You can see this is the utility space with all different electric units in. I don't care about power now. I've got a nuclear power plant in the city, haven't I? So let's have a look. Oof. Look at that. From here, you can see all the way down. It looks like ants. It's very, very small. Wow. I'm happy with this building. It took me a long time to build, and I'm sort of celebrating that I've reached 2,000 subscribers. Yeah, so if I go back to Axiom Mod, I want to say thank you to all of you for subscribing and joining me on my journey as I build these things. This is a wonderful skyscraper, and I'm very happy with it. If you've liked this video, subscribe, like I say, send me a comment, let's have a look at it at night. Maybe if you want to, you can buy the schematic on Coffee. It's $5 this one, because it did take a long time to build. A glass skyscraper is not something usual for Minecraft, is it really? I mean, I guess it is, but with the little sidebars and that, no, this is completely unusual. I'm going to head back home now, down this street. I think this is Phoenix Road. I can't remember the name, actually. It's been a while. I do live here in this yellow house. And doesn't that building look an absolute monster? Whoa, I walked through a car. Danger, danger. How did I do that? This has been brilliant. I'm Cocricot, and I'll see you next time.